36% of the population in Jordan is between the age of 12 and 30. As elsewhere, the COVID-19 pandemic has hit youth hard. In terms of employment, education, and access to public services, it has actually put young people on a more fragile path toward finding decent jobs, financial independence, and other milestones of adulthood. At the same time, young people in Jordan have shown strong resilience, solidarity with older people, and agency in mitigating the crisis. In this context, the OECD report, Empowering Youth and Building Trust in Jordan, presents a comprehensive analysis of the governance arrangements put in place by the government of Jordan to deliver policies, programs, and services that are responsive to their needs. This short video will highlight 3 key findings and recommendations from the OECD's assessment based on international standards and good practices from across MENA and OECD countries.
Jordan is one of only 4 governments in the MENA region with an operational national youth strategy. It sets strategic priorities and programs for the period between 2019 and 2025. It is backed by strong political commitment and it unites stakeholders behind a common vision to support youth in Jordan. The report identifies 3 priorities to ensure its implementation. First, to build a system of data collection and storage in the Ministry of Youth to keep track of the implementation progress. Second, to create a mechanism for youth and youth-led organizations to contribute to its implementation, especially in the context of government measures to recover from the COVID-19 crisis. And third, to operationalize inter-ministerial committees and strengthen monitoring and evaluation mechanisms to ensure a coordinated approach.
The creation of the Ministry of Youth in 2016 was a strong signal to place the concerns of young people high on the political agenda in Jordan. So to deliver for all youth in Jordan, the review identifies 3 priorities to strengthen its administrative capacities and governance arrangements. First, investments into its employees. So currently, a low share of Ministry of Youth employees is working on youth policy, programming, and services. For this, the review recommends putting in place targeted trainings to strengthen their skills and knowledge in policy and program design, as well as project management and monitoring and evaluating, including also for staff working at local level across the ministry's youth centers. Second, while around 41% of the ministry's actual budget is allocated to youth affairs as of 2020, financial resources for youth policy, programming, and services are scarce. To address geographical disparities when it comes to the budget, an evidence-based approach is needed to identify the specific budget needs of youth directorates and youth centers at subnational levels. Third, to maintain young people's concerns across all policy areas, strong coordination mechanisms are needed between the ministry and all other stakeholders involved. The ministry could also experiment with new governance tools in rulemaking and budgeting, such as adopted already across a number of OECD countries.
Young people in Jordan demonstrate strong motivation for taking part in the public debate, and the National Youth Strategy recognizes the importance of promoting youth engagement, effective citizenship, and leadership. At the same time, in 2019, 52% of young people surveyed in Jordan reported they were not interested in politics at all, compared to 46% of people aged 50 and above. 23% of young people trust their government, which is more than the average across the MENA region. Yet, less than 2 in 10 young people in Jordan trust parliament and political parties. A strong relationship between youth and public institutions is crucial for their effectiveness and legitimacy. Young people continue to be underrepresented in state institutions, partly because of high minimum age requirements to run as candidates. For instance, only 12% of the members of Jordan's House of Representatives are under 40 years of age. To strengthen the participation and the representation of young people in public life, the report identifies 3 key priorities. First, promoting an enabling environment for youth participation, both offline and online, as well as for youth-led organizations. Second, strengthening civic and citizenship curricula in schools and through out-of-schools programs, in particular for marginalized youth. Third, by considering to lower minimum age requirements to run as candidates in national and local elections. The full report is now available online. We look forward to your feedback.